What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a long time. I just want to make this quick video, real quick. um, there's a couple more things I thought of to tell you guys, and I just wanted to say them really quick. Well, so let's see here. I've got the stuff I can think of was I remember when I tried quitting a bunch of times. I remember that by the way, real quick. I got a lot of emails here. I'm sorry, I get really busy, and it's hard to reply to them as they come in. So I reply to them slowly but surely. Like I'm like, all right, I'll reply to this one now, and I'll reply to this one. So, but if I just reply to them as they came in, like, it would be hard for me to do the stuff I have to do every day. So just remember that. And also, go to potheadstalk.com. It's basically a chat forum for people that want to quit and people that have quit. Everybody talks to each other and keeps each other motivated. It's really cool. You should go there. If you have any questions, especially if you want more advice, go there too. A lot of people in there have great advice. I'm only one man. I can only give so much advice. And by the way, I didn't set that website up, or I could have set it up to where I generate money from it, but I chose not to. So go there, and I say it confidently that, I'm not trying to like funnel you there because it helps me somehow. Alright, so the stuff I can think of to tell you guys was basically to remind yourself that you quit. I don't know if you have this issue, but I remember I kind of would forget that I quit. Like I'd be like, okay, I quit. I get all excited. I tell myself I quit, and then I just forget that I quit or something. Like like a few hours later, it's as if nothing has changed. Like I'll kind of forget. That I just quitting needs to be. I think it can be a casual thing, but I think it's very helpful when it's a really big deal. Like you just made a really big deal. You made a really big deal about it, and now it's like it's like a really big deal, like a big new thing, like a whole fresh new thing. So like one way to quit is to just get all excited, jump up and down, like have a countdown, kind of like a New Year's Eve countdown, but just make one up, for whatever day it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, and when it hits 1, that's the moment that you quit. Write the time down, write the day down, autograph it, put it up on the wall, that sort of thing. And like you might put it up on the wall, but you're not staring at the wall all day. You're not keep checking back the wall, so it's easy to forget that you had this big moment. So I know two ways that are very helpful, and I've used them for other stuff, not for this, but I've used them for other stuff. So the stuff I've used them for is, well, forget about that, my bad. But the stuff that the two things that they are one is you could brainwash yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just an easy way to describe what I'm telling you. Basically, if you have a computer that's like relatively new, you have a feature that allows you to record anything, record your voice, whatever. You can record your voice talking, and then just put it on a CD because your computer should have that capability too. So like for instance, I've got, one of my computers is a Mac. So I brainwashed myself for this other stuff. It has nothing to do with drugs. It's basically like business stuff that I do. And I was talking into the mic, and anyway, dude, whenever I'd be driving, I would just have that CD in, and I'd be brainwashing myself. It works so well. So I'll be driving and just listening to these things that I'm telling myself, like things to do differently or whatever, just like cool stuff, And it worked, dude. It like brainwashed me. So like, and it would keep me fresh in my mind. Like these are my goals. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. Whatever. So you gotta like kind of, I guess with anything, I don't care what it is you're doing, you gotta have your goals clear. And you have to have you have to stay in that attitude, Look, of all the things that I've done, honestly, quitting drugs was actually pretty easy to do, because after you quit, there's no more trying. Like you only have to try in the beginning and then you're done. But for all this other stuff, if you ever want to do anything else, it's a constant. Gotta keep doing it, gotta keep doing it, gotta keep doing it. It's an everyday thing, years and years, whatever. You gotta keep at it. But for drugs, it's so easy. You just quit, and then it's like set it and forget it, Once you get beyond 3 months, it's so easy. It's like you've never done drugs in your whole life, And I have video to prove that you continually get better and better and better. right? I was watching, I have a phone, right? Like my old flip phone from like 2008 or something. And I had video of myself talking on there, or a little video cam, you know? And just hearing myself talk, right? And I was sober and everything. I hadn't done drugs in a long time. Or I guess at that time it was only a year. So I'd only quit for over a year. And then, you know, I had the phone for a while, so also 2 years. I was listening to myself talk. I talk so slow, and I sound so different than I do now. And then I was watching video too of me like a few years ago, so it was like maybe 2.5 years ago. So like I gradually got better and better, you know. And this is me like slowly becoming myself again. Like I've used the analogy of like you're not yourself. So like let's take this water bottle for instance. By the way, I drink a whole one of these every day. I don't know how heavy you are, so I won't recommend it if you're like pretty lightweight, but this is a good thing to do. So see this water bottle. When this water bottle is full, you're completely yourself. You're who you're supposed to be. So if you don't do any drugs whatsoever, I'm going to go ahead and say you're 100% yourself. But when you start doing drugs, you start becoming less and less who you are. So like if you smoke weed, you're even less than this. And then when you quit smoking, and then you're like this even when you didn't, like say if you didn't even, if the person didn't smoke weed today, they're still like this. You know, when you smoke weed, say the first day a kid ever smokes weed ever, he goes from 100% himself all the way down here, man. He's like hardly himself. He's like, what? Everything is crazy. Woo! What? I'm freaking flipping out. And then all of a sudden he's paranoid, scared, wants to go home. All he wants to do is put his head down and go to sleep. So anyway, and then he slowly, you know, starts sobering up, and he comes back. He's not himself, you know. When he comes back after the first day, he's probably like, he comes back to like maybe 95% himself. And it'll probably take him 3 weeks to 6 weeks to become 100% again, right? But the more and more he does that, he never always makes it back so high. It's like he keeps coming back smaller and smaller and smaller to where he's leveling out around here, you know? So on an average day, a day where he hadn't smoked for 3 days straight, he's still way down here. Like, he's stuck here, you know? It's a slow climb. You slowly climb back up to being yourself, dude. So, like, for me, after being sober for over a year, I was still talking all slow, dude. I was probably, like, 80-something% myself on a reg, you know? And then, like, 2 years later, I was probably, like, 90-something%. I'm probably my 100% self now after, you know, over 5 years. Anyway, dude, that was just like, I don't even know where I was going with that. But, oh, remind yourself to stay reminded. One quick way is you could record yourself on a CD saying all your goals, whatever they might be, anything you want to tell yourself, anything you want to keep yourself reminded of. For instance, it might be, remember, don't talk to any of your friends. Your friends are going to ruin it all. You know, whatever. Like, remember, for all of March and April and May, or the next 3 months, which means, and then let's say the months, we are not going to this, we're not going to talk to this person, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we're not going to go down this street, whatever. Brainwash yourself. And listen to that CD as often as you can. Like, if you're going to be, oh, I got to type up a bunch of stuff, put it on in the background. You're going to be driving, listen to it in the car, whatever. You're going to be taking a doo-doo. Put it on full blast, keep the door open, and listen to it while you use the restroom. Another really cool way that's more effective than that I've done for business stuff. It works so well, dude. Excuse me. This is a shipping label, but you can get a piece of paper, whatever, and write on it. Write anything you want to tell yourself, anything you want to keep in mind, any goals you have. And every hour, read it. Read that thing every hour. So like what I've done, and my stuff grew to the point where I'm reading a lot of stuff every hour, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. So, and I do what I call 50-10. I tried doing it on the hour, and it doesn't work nearly as good as every 50. So for instance, if it's 12 o'clock p.m., I'll read it at 12:50 p.m. At 12:50, I'll pull my thing out, I'll start reading it. And it even has me doing stuff. So for instance, like I want to work out again, right? It's hard to get myself to just go, all right, I'm going to work out for, 30 minutes a day or 3 hours a day or whatever. I mean, I used to work out, but so what I do is I work out like basically every hour, okay? My thing says do 20 push-ups or something, so I'll do 20 push-ups and then I'll read my stuff. I got like 10 seconds, so I got to go, but basically 50-10. Every 50, read something to yourself, something that's motivational or something that's something that's like a goal or anything you want to tell yourself, every 50, it is so effective. Ooh, I got 1 second, I gotta go, bye.